News Talk 1000 WKDE Alta Vista. News, weather, sports, and information all day long.
Have you looked at your business banking fees lately? I'm Sean Stone with First National Bank, and we have the best business accounts which offer serious savings for your company. We have a full menu of business products from checking accounts and remote deposit capture to online banking. And we have a local merchant card representative who will customize services just for your business. So let First National Bank prepare an analysis of your current activity and show how we will reduce your banking fees. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Good morning. I'm Megan Lucas, Economic Development Director for Alta Vista, Virginia, and host of It's Your Business, the area's new and only talk show on topics such as economic development, urban growth, business expansion, and real estate development. If you work in the Alta Vista Central Virginia economy, or if you care about the local community, you'll love the fascinating topics and guests on It's Your Business. Tune in every Saturday morning, 9 a.m., right here on News Talk 1000 WKDE. As the community grows, it's becoming more and more cosmopolitan. The transformation from good community to great community has made for a lot of exciting talk. It's Your Business will explore exciting topics related to Alta Vista and the Metro's future development. Thank you, First National Bank, custom banking since 1908. Stop into any number of their branches and tell them Megan Lucas sent you with the town of Alta Vista. Our guest this morning is going to be Dan Witt, Assistant Town Manager for the town of Alta Vista. But before Dan comes on up to the mic, I'm going to go through some announcements for y'all this morning. The Alta Vista Chamber, hopefully you're a member of the Alta Vista Chamber. If not, get signed up today. Give them a buzz at 369-6665. They've got a membership luncheon on July 24th at noon at the train station. They're going to host the annual Chamber Golf Tournament on Friday, August 23rd. Team sign-up and sponsorships are now available. Just give them a buzz. The Chamber is also coordinating a trip to Tuscany in November. So for more details and information sessions, just reach out to the Alta Vista Chamber and they'll give you all that data. The local Rotary Club, Alta Vista Rotary, for the second year in a row, they're sponsoring the Alta Vista River Fest. And some of you may remember last year they had the River Festival and some pretty neat cardboard boat races. So hope everybody turns out for that. That'll be at English Park on August 3rd. If you want to put a boat in the race, just swing by Steve Farmer Auto, and you can get yourself all the cardboard you need to construct the greatest boat ever. There'll also be canoe and kayak races, food vendors, specialty vendors, and lots of kids' activities. You just need to visit. For more information, just visit altavistarotaryclub.com. I hope everybody, I don't know if everybody listening saw this, but there's a great announcement out of Pittsylvania County. The Danville's Institute for Advanced Learning and Research, they launched their first commercial spinoff called Dan River Plants, LLC, which uses tissue culture technology to replicate high-value horticulture and grass plants for conversion into bioenergy. The company will invest more than $1.3 million and create at least 27 jobs in Pennsylvania County's Ringgold Industrial Park. What's really great about that is their Institute for Advanced Learning and Research. They're a study and research center that allows businesses and people with ideas to come in and grow those businesses. And then what's occurring now is they've spun off this company, so it's kind of graduated. And that's great news for Pennsylvania County. We're real excited for them. And congratulations to Dan River Plants. Hopefully, if you're not too busy this weekend, you'll run up to Peaks of Otter. The lodge is open. They had a soft opening on Friday, and so they're open this weekend, and I guess from now for the rest of the summer. So get on up to Peaks of Otter. Hopefully, the rain will stay away long enough for you to enjoy some beautiful environment up there and get a hike in up to Flat Top. So I'd like to introduce everybody to Dan Witt. Dan is the assistant town manager for our wonderful community. Dan, how are you this morning?
I am doing just great. Thanks for having me on, Megan.
So if you weren't here on the radio show with me, where would you be today?
Saturday morning, I would probably be out on a long bike ride getting ready for an elk hunt in Colorado.
So do you elk hunt on a bike?
Oh, no, you have to get in shape, Megan, for the elk hunt. Come on now.
You know, that'll be a lot of fun. Colorado sure is pretty, and they've got lots of elk.
They do. I just would like to get one day.
Will you, when are you going to go? Did you say October?
I leave Friday, September 13th.
You know what's great? If you haven't been to Colorado and you heard those elks bugling, and typically they do that in September.
It is amazing.
It is crazy. To hear that high-pitched whine come out of a bull elk's mouth, it surprises me every time I hear it.
It is amazing.
They're beautiful animals. Well, I wish you luck on that. Yeah, bike riding will definitely get you in shape. Do you do anything else to prepare?
I do a lot of working out at the Y. The elliptical stepper machine is a great way to get into shape.
I know this isn't what I asked you to talk about, but why do you have to get in shape to go elk hunting? I mean, don't you just drive out and find a tree stand and hop up on the tree and wait?
I do a do-it-yourself elk hunt, which entails carrying a 70-pound pack anywhere from 7 to 10 miles into the wilderness, and then we hunt from there. And then we have to carry our own elk out typically, so it's a very strenuous hunt, but it's a blast. I love to do it.
So you do it with a group of people?
This year there's only 2 of us going, so typically we like to have 4 of us going into the wilderness together.
Well, sure. I bet that's just amazing. I can't wait to hear more about that. We'll have to have you back on the radio show for an update because it's beautiful. We're out in Colorado?
About 4 hours west of Denver.
Great. So in the beautiful mountains. And will you drive through Kansas or you just avoid Kansas altogether?
Kansas is just the longest state I have ever driven across. It seems like it takes a week to drive across the state of Kansas.
I feel that way about Ohio. It takes a while to drive across Ohio. So, Dan, how long have you been with the town of Alta Vista?
Actually, in May, I just celebrated 10 years that I've been with the town of Alta Vista.
That is fantastic. Did time fly?
It has flown. Actually, I can't believe that it's been 10 years. It has flown by.
So what's been the best part of it?
Well, I get paid every 2 weeks.
That's always a good thing.
Yes, it is. Actually, I really enjoy the people that I work with. I work with great people, and this is a great community to work in and to serve.
Yeah, I think so too. Of course, I've been here 9 months, and I've enjoyed working with you. And there's a lot of great things I've seen and begun to experience in Alta Vista. But one of the things that I think Alta Vista really takes care of everybody. And I think Alta Vista has really a big heart. And I say that because when you think about Alta Vista population, 3,500, we've got a strong economic base with our manufacturing and industry. But to have a community of our size in rural Virginia to have its own transportation service, that to me speaks to the heart of Alta Vista, taking care of all of your citizens. So how did the bus program get started, and what's its official name?
The official name is the Alta Vista Community Transportation System, or ACTS, as many folks know it by. And several years, approximately 3.5-4 years ago, Town Council was considering a public transportation system, and they asked the Department of Rail and Public Transportation to come in and to do a feasibility study. The feasibility study was completed, and in January of 2010, Town Council asked us to write a grant to start a public transportation system. And from that point, I knew nothing about a transportation system or managing one. And from that, I went to several trainings. I learned what was needed in the grant. I learned how to order a bus, hire and train drivers, what was needed. And the goal of it was, one of our former council members, Rayetta Webb, really put a lot of pressure on me. She said, I want this bus system up and running before Christmas in in December of 2010.
Wow.
That had never been done before, starting a system that quickly. But with the help of a lot of friends, and Jennifer Beck down in Blackstone was of great help. Some people from DRPT were great helps. Waverly provided his support as he had operated and run a bus system before, and we actually started running and operating the bus. Free service for a couple of weeks between Christmas and New Year's of December 2010.
How was it received when when you did that first, when you announced that it was going to start, it was happening, and the first week or the first couple days, how was it received?
People were excited about it. Mm-hmm. They saw the bus and they said, "We can't believe it's actually happening. This is so great. I have my freedom now. I don't have to be tied to home. I can go get my hair done. I can go shopping. I can go visit." And then in January 1st, 2011, we actually started running the route and charging. The cost of it was to 50 cents per ride, which was very reasonable. And
yeah, 50 cents, absolutely.
Since then, we've been now operating over 2.5 years. The bus system has grown. We actually doubled the amount that was proposed or projected in the feasibility study in our first year. This past month, June 2013, we had our biggest month of ridership in the history of ACTS. We had over 2,200 riders that month.
That's amazing. And how did you all decide what the route was going to be and where the stops would be?
We looked at the feasibility study, and they didn't know the community, and they projected this is what the route should be based on where the centers of population were, where the most people lived. And we have adjusted the route at least 3 times now in the last 2.5 years, and the adjustments have been based on those folks who are using the system. Mm-hmm. We listen and we try to listen to what our citizens, what our riders are telling us, and try to make adjustments based on that.
Dan, how do you find out whether people want to change the stops? How do you learn what new stops to add or how to adjust the schedule?
We do surveys. We do regular surveys. We're actually just completed our 3rd cycle of surveys. And in those surveys, we ask what's important to riders. And although we can't do everything that's asked, we do as much as possible to meet the needs of the riders on our bus system.
That is really fantastic. Now, does the bus run every day?
The bus currently runs Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 to 2.
Do you ever get requests for Sunday do a church route or?
We have not had many requests for Sunday, but we're currently considering. Some of the folks work later in the evenings, and they're asking, is it possible to extend the route past 6 o'clock, maybe to 7 or 8 o'clock? On Saturdays, can you start a little bit early rather than run at 9 to 2? Can you run at 8 to 3 or 8 to 4? So those things are being considered. They're on the table, but those things cost money, so we have to look at both sides of it.
Yeah. Yeah, does you said it costs 50 cents to ride the bus. Does the ridership cover the cost, the expenses to have a bus program?
No, it does not. And the town subsidizes the ACTS bus system in the amount of about $30,000 per year is what it costs the town citizens to provide this system for the community. But as I look at that, it provides a quality of life for those riders who need that system. One of the interesting things that came out of the survey is that the majority, and I'm saying over 60% of the riders that rode the bus when I did the survey, either did not have a vehicle available to them, or they didn't have a driver's license, and they would not have been able to make that trip that day had it not been for the ACTS bus system.
I think it speaks to the heart of Alta Vista, and it's so unique. It's really I can't say enough about it. It's a great program, and I love that our community does it, and it takes care of it's a way of saying we're taking care of all of our citizens, and quality of place, as you said. It really relates to how people enjoy living in their community and keeps them in their community longer.
Absolutely. And a couple of other things that we're looking at doing is that we're looking at possibly expanding into other localities or providing a system that maybe connects with Lynchburg or maybe goes to Rustburg. And all of these things are being considered based on the input and the needs of our citizens.
Now, I'm sure you've gotten this question. I've gotten it once or twice, but I'll throw it out there to you, where someone grabs you and says, I just wish the bus would go to Hurt. I wish it would take me... Well, and the question came to me versus the medical center across the bridge. And people, I think that people don't understand, as you've just said, the bus is subsidized by taxpayer dollars. And so for us to expand beyond our borders, there's still a price to that.
Yes, and what I'm looking for is a partnership, whether it be with the medical center, the town of Hurt itself, the area on aging, Liberty University, GLTC.
Right.
We need to have partnerships in order to expand that bus system outside of town.
Well, and you have a responsibility to Alta Vista taxpayers and people who live here and eat here and shop here, pay taxes for the betterment of Alta Vista and Alta Vista citizens, and the bus does that. And so taxpayers, probably more than likely, even though they may need to go beyond our borders as citizens, it's a fine line to walk and a fine balance. We'd like to be able to take, I'm sure you'd like to be able to take people wherever they need to go, but the reality of that is it's not efficient and it's not the best way to do it. I know that you're going to have do you have an info session coming up that's open to the public?
Yes, actually on July 23rd from 3 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's a floating type thing. You don't have to show up or spend that entire amount of time. We are in the process of doing a transportation development plan, and for those of you who don't know, a development plan or transportation development plan is a 6-year plan for the future of ACTS. And what it does is it sets out a roadmap for me as I manage ACTS, but also the directions that we can go. The operational budget, the capital improvement budget, each one of those things is going to be set out and looked at. This meeting on July 23rd is an opportunity for folks in the community, for industry in the community, for businesses in the community who look at ACTS and say, it could better serve the community in this way, or it could better do this. Please come, provide that input, because that input is key in the development of this plan, which is key in the future operations of our bus system.
Right, and it's key to Alta Vista's future. Always thinking about how to grow and impact positively the community. And I hope folks, that are listening, if you haven't ridden the bus, I would encourage you to hop on the bus. It's free in the summer, isn't it?
Well, it's
right now.
It's free fares. Free
Okay.
fares, and there is a very generous citizen, anonymous citizen here that lives in the town of Alta Vista, and each summer for the past 3 summers, they have donated the amount basically equivalent to what the fares would cost for those 4 months. So June, July, August, September, currently going on. You can get on the bus free. You can just ride a route to see this is where it goes.
Right.
And it may be something, and it's air conditioned. You get hot, get on the bus and go for a ride. It's raining and you don't want to walk. It goes to the library. It goes to Vista Foods. It goes to Food Line. It goes to Walmart. It comes to Town Hall if you need to pay your water bill. Get on it and check it out.
Does it go to the Y?
It goes right to the Y, yes.
Yeah, that again speaks to the heart of Alta Vista, to have a citizen. How did that come about? Did the citizen just reach out to Town Hall and say, "I'd like to do this"? And how? That's great. Whoever you are, if you're listening, thanks for doing that. That is fabulous. But how did they do that?
They approached the town manager 2 years ago and said, "I want to give back to the community, and here's how I would like to do that. I would like to remain anonymous."
That is great.
So it is, and the person, if they're listening, I know that the riders can't thank you individually, but I hear it all the time. That is such a blessing of what you have done for this community and for these riders.
It is. Is there? I'm thinking about summertime, and the ridership is not free. What did you say? Complimentary?
Free fares.
Free fares during the summer, and we've got lots of youth who are out of school in the summer. Is there an age restriction to riding the bus?
No. If you are under the age of 8, typically we ask that you be accompanied by an adult or teenage brother, sibling, older brother or sister. But no, and actually, I've talked to my drivers recently, and there are a lot of youth and kids in the community who are jumping on and using it to do their shopping, to go to Y, to go to a park, to go to a friend's house.
Yeah, which is fabulous. If your parents are working during the day and you don't want to hop on your bike or you don't want to walk and you have the opportunity to get on the bus, it's really great. Dan, how many other communities in Virginia that are our size that have a bus system? A similar system?
I don't know exactly. I know that we patterned ours after Blackstone, which is a community that's similar to our size, but there are very few.
Okay.
There are very few.
It really is great. Again, I want to encourage everybody, if you've never ridden a bus, drive to Town Hall or find your way to the bus route and just hop on and take a little cruise around Alta Vista, and you get to look at it differently. You get to see Alta Vista differently when you're riding the bus. It's a fabulous program, and we've got some great bus drivers too.
I do.
I think they're wonderful.
They are the face of my system, and I'm very fortunate to have good bus drivers. If you want to know about the route, you can call me at Town Hall, 369-5001. Also, each bus stop, if you notice out on poles in different locations in town, there's a little plastic box with blue flyers in it. Mm-hmm. That will tell you the bus route. The bus cycles each hour. It leaves the top of each hour from Town Hall. It cycles and it comes back. It gets back to Town Hall about 10 minutes till the hour, top of the hour, and it leaves again. So you can call Town Hall. You can pick up one of these flyers. You can just get on. If you're standing out along the street and you want to get on the bus, wave to the driver. If he's at a safe spot where he can pull over, he will pull over and pick you up.
That's great. And can I go to the website too? Does the town website have information about routes if people wanted to go online and check it out?
Yes. If you go to the town's website, www.altavistava.gov, and look under Departments, Transportation, there's the flyer there. You can pick up the flyer there.
Now, as we wrap up, I want to ask you, ACTS has a board. Or you have an advisory board or an advisory council?
Yes. It was the Alta Vista Transportation Advisory Board, and now they're just known as TAC, the Transportation Advisory Committee.
Great.
And so we do have an advisory board. They help give me directions. They make recommendations to town council, and they help keep me in line.
And how many buses do we have?
We have 2 buses,
okay,
but we only run a single route with one bus, and we have to have the backup, the spare bus. Mm-hmm. But one bus, one route.
Well, congratulations, Dan. I think that what you've done with the bus program, first of all, getting it up and running so quickly, and being responsive to your town council, which we all should be responsive to our town council. But really, congratulations on doing that and the hard work you do for coordinating the ACTS program. It's a great asset to Alta Vista. It's a fabulous product for us to have for our citizens. And it says to folks outside of Alta Vista that we really take care of ourselves and we take care of each other. So thanks for all your hard work. And everybody listening, I dare you to hop on the bus and zip around town just a little bit and see what it's all about. And anonymous donor out there who made the contribution to the bus, thanks for doing that. We don't know who you are, but we certainly appreciate it. And as Dan said, the writers appreciate it too. Dan, as I sign off here, you have anything else you want to say to the community?
I just thank you.
The mic is yours.
Thank you, Megan, for this opportunity today to talk about ACTS. I am very passionate about the public transportation system. I've taken ownership of it because I manage it, and it is a great thing for our community.
Everyone, thanks for tuning in to It's Your Business right here on News Talk 1000 WKDE. I want to say thanks to First National Bank, the sponsor for today's show and every show. We're sure proud to have them in Alta Vista and throughout the Alta Vista Metro, as I like to call it, in Lynchburg and out and about in Region 2000. Please be sure and shop locally, enjoy your weekend, and be safe. And if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to give me a call at 434-369-5001. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Don't you think it's time that your business account made you money? I'm Marion Marshall with First National Bank, and we've introduced a small business interest checking account that earns your business interest. That's right, interest. So for a progressive small business checking account, come to First National Bank today. We'll show how your business account will earn interest, and we'll provide you with an extraordinary customer experience. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With so many changes in taxes, healthcare, more legislation, and bureaucracy,
you need someone in the media to keep you ahead of Big Brother and Big Government.
That's why Herman Cain is on your radio.
Big Government is not our friend.
Herman Cain still speaks for you and for America.
Our founding fathers did their job. We must be the defending fathers, because life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness will not mean a thing if we do not protect those ideals.
Herman Cain knows the inner workings of American business, the economy, government, politics, the Fed, and the IRS.
Real life experiences from business, politics, and life.
Now you'll hear him every day, coast to coast on your radio.
Listen to Herman Cain every weekday morning from 9 to noon on News Talk 1000.
News Talk 1000, WKDE, serving Bedford, Campbell, and Pittsylvania counties.